Well, the clouds are so ominous and that the sunshine is out. Well, this is what I'm talking about, crazy weather. We're in the dog days of summer. It's just 5 o'clock. It's overcast and the wind is blowing like crazy. Our flag is sticking straight up, well, almost straight out. What caught my attention was that things were bashing around, so it was kind of scary. So we're just starting to, leaves are starting to change color, and lots of them are falling. And as you can see, they're kind of going sideways first. So this is the thing about the weather here. It kind of comes in quick. Look at the sky up there. And kind of leaves a little bit. It doesn't linger too long. Those will probably blow over in a few minutes. I'm just going to leave the camera recording for a bit here. Here absolutely fascinates me. I grew up and lived most of my life down in the lower mainland, Vancouver area, and we would get windstorms, and they were, you know, annoying. But here we get windstorms and they're crazy. I think part of it, I think, is we're in a sort of a canyon where there's a mountain range behind the house and there's mountains on the other side of the golf course, and Wrigley's losing her mind because somebody's leaving. I spent the summer kind of recording these fantastic storms that would come through here. Thunder and lightning, and it'd last for a little bit, and then it would carry on. It would blow out of the valley, and we have pouring rain. Right now, they've been promising this for weeks. We haven't had any rain to speak of. And yeah, I'll show you some of the clips that I took over the summer. It's raining so hard that it's bouncing off the trailer. Can you see it? Crazy. You missed it, but we didn't. I just finished mowing the front yard. It's not really lawn. And I could hear the weather coming in. There was a couple of, I couldn't hear the rumbles because I had the lawnmower going, there was a generator going, there's doing some geothermal testing. But yeah, it was quite the interesting storm. In fact, the water wasn't really hit. I still hear some rumbles in the distance. Water was hitting the trailer. It was just sort of blowing off. There was like a water wall coming off the trailer, and down the driveway, those branches came ripping off the trees. There's one, now that it stopped raining, there's one right across the middle of the driveway, and branches everywhere. Little bits.
That wind was the strongest wind I've ever seen here.
the trees out
There's
back.
actually a branch hanging off of Richard and Jacqueline's mailbox there.
Are there a sign?
Yeah, their mailbox.
It's not their mailbox. It's the street house.
Is that their street address?
That's their address sign. Yeah, and Richard, I saw him in the midst of it all, was trying to put the tarp on his boat.
Right before the wind kicked in.
No, he was doing it during the wind too.
Yeah.
We got leaves on our porch. But what prompted me to grab the camera was, look what the wind did to our chairs and the mat. Everything around this side of the house seems to be intact. Yeah, I just finished cutting the lawn. Oh, your owl's sitting a little cockeyed, Brent.
She's still there.
I had just finished cutting the lawn. I dumped that grass. Half of it didn't even land on the pile. And I threw the wheelbarrow on top of this tarp because the wind kept blowing it off the firewood. I thought the trees were clanging together, like the branches were hitting each other. I'm surprised none of them fell over. Like they were leaning hard, especially this big one right here. That one with the bald branches. I can still hear the thunder rumbling in the distance. It's still raining a bit. Okay, Wrigley, now's not the time to be eating grass. Wrigley hates thunder and lightning and most of the thunder. She cowers. Yeah, it blew it right out from underneath the dog's water dish. That's insane.
Well, that's only 5-10 pounds.
Yeah, but it just whipped right up underneath there. Anyways, I'm gonna straighten this out. And yeah, it seems to be the only damage, just a few branches down. There was people doing geothermal testing. Like, I just mowed this and it's covered in bits of branches and stuff. Absolutely crazy. I'll see what kind of damage there is when I go to work tomorrow, so. Yep.
Actually, that's a good idea. I think I'll throw the chainsaw in the truck for the morning.
Yeah. Yeah, we got, this is Kootenay weather. Wait 5 minutes and it'll be blown over. And along with many other things. We don't have wind. We don't have wind, but here comes the rain again. You can still hear it rumbling in the distance. We might be not be done with us yet. I was sitting upstairs and noticed that the wind was picking up again, so I'm thinking, here we go again. I don't know if it's going to be as crazy as yesterday. We get warnings on our phones like this. Severe thunderstorm watch. Whoops. So right now we are sitting at, well, the Weather Network thinks it's 26. I'm reading 25, so 25, 26, not much difference. So, but we have a little bit of a breeze. Beautiful blue sky. A few clouds over top of the glacier there. I don't know if you can see that. Kind of look around the trees. And then to the other side, there's some potential nasty clouds over that way. And then if we look back here, it's perfectly blue. And I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty warm out here. The clouds are so ominous and that the sunshine is out. So I'm going to put this on time lapse on the porch just to see how this rolls in while I take the dogs for a walk. wind strong enough it blew the ladder over. Just waiting for the gnat to kick up. This wind came out of nowhere. And it does that. It's hard to tell where it's coming from, whether it's coming off the lake, because some of the trees look like it's coming down through the canyon. Like, we're in a little valley here. So, but these trees, some of them are just folding way over. I'm not sure how long this one's gonna last. It's been going on for a few, well, probably like 20 minutes or so. Anyways, I'm gonna go in and have dinner. Okay, so this is what Brent was talking about. And I couldn't see from the porch. Those are some pretty ominous clouds. Well, yesterday we had cloud cover and some smoke cover because there's some forest fires in the area. And last night the moon was so bright, I'll insert a picture, that the whole yard was lit up. Storms never really last for very long, and they blow through, and then we end up with a beautiful blue sky with not a cloud in sight. My experience in Vancouver is it sometimes it lingers there because it gets stuck in the mountains in the Fraser Valley, so got to get rid of all the moisture that's coming off the ocean. So that's all I wanted to share with you this week. Give us a thumbs up if you like what you see. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell for notifications. Bye bye for now.